pretty sure I fixed my chat issue. Yes. All right. Fixed it, because I'm a genius. Only thing I haven't fixed is I do need to do this. And we want some music in the background, so we gotta find some non-copyrighted music. Sorry for the camera shaking. I'm rocking everything. Give me a second here. I don't want to be able to hear it. What do I do? I don't mute that mic. I mute my YouTube viewing. That's what I do. Perfect. Now, I go to YouTube. We gotta add some background music. I've gotta learn all kinds of stuff as we go, guys. Never done a live on YouTube. But if you guys write in chat, I'm just testing it out. Can somebody write in chat so I can see it? There's 3 of you watching. I don't know who's in here. How can I see who's in here? 559, yo. Can somebody write in chat? You guys know how to write in the chat? Maybe you're all watching on your phones though. Still. I got a new subscriber 19 seconds ago. John Williams. Shout out to you, John. There's a bug in my house, and I'm going to go crazy if I have a bug in my house. Jake Hayner. You misspelled Hayner. I see it. You want to know about Jake? What's your question? We can talk Jake Hayner. I'll talk Jake Hayner sports all day with you guys. Let me just work on my back here. If you got any questions, just put it in chat, and I'll answer, and we can have that discussion. It's a little delayed. I apologize. I'll get to you when I see it in the chat. Then I can talk to you up here. I don't really know how to do everything on YouTube. I'm learning. But I'm here. So I'm here ready to have that conversation if you want to have one. But please have a question. I'm ready to go. Just put it in chat and I'll get to you guys. That's all we have to do. If you have a comment, I'm game for the comment. But the question is probably more important. In the meantime, I am watching March Madness. UConn's up by a lot. So there's that. I can't play any music that's copyrighted. I'm watching UConn win 81-63. Pitt blew out Iowa State, which is incredible because they're an 11 seed. So I'm pretty excited about that if we check my bracket. I've been working on my recruiting rankings all day today. Not my recruiting, my transfer portal rankings. It is what it is. I'm trying to redo all my rankings. I don't know what happened to this. Let's go to True TV real quick. Definitely not True TV. What time is it? It's almost 7. We almost have time for the game. The next game, I should say. Yo, I see you, John. I see you, John Williams. I see you, man. I see you, baby. Shaking that, Shaking that, Y'all know about the slicer? Excuse me. So I have to learn how to get a webcam, how to project things, but I think this is the route we're gonna go from now on. It's just being on YouTube. Viewers will figure it out. Over time, they'll get over here. It'll take them some time to find us, and that's okay. In the meantime, we can just talk sports, hang out, do what we do. Today, I was watching the Pinstripe Bowl. I was doing research on Syracuse today because I was talking about them. I needed to make sure my data was accurate. I'm big on Syracuse. So, man, I wish I knew who the 4 people watching are. How do I see that? I got to figure that out. How do I know who the 4 people are that are watching me? Where can I get that information? If anybody doesn't see it, doesn't say it here. Chat's open. My dog is humping my arm, by the way, if you guys wanted to see. There's only 2 watching now. This baby girl right here, this is Ash. She's astronomical. Hi, mamas. What's up? Up. Up. Come on. Come on. Question is, can you hear me when I'm talking? I'm assuming you can hear me. There's 2 of you there. I don't know who you are. If you can write in chat, that'd be great. Letting me know if you can hear me. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check. We'll stream all night till people figure it out. Don't care. We got to stream for a certain number of hours before we can monetize, I believe. I got to figure that part out. We'll stream for hours straight. I'll just sit here on live all day and night. I don't care. I got one of you guys watching. Who's the one person watching me right now? That's the question. Who's the one of you watching? You can write me in chat if you're watching. Give me a second here. Go to YouTube, I'm here. Go to my profile. Settings. Notifications, billing and payments. Choose how you make a purchase. No. Advanced settings. Move channel to brand account. Doing active research in front of you guys. All right, I'm gonna go to YouTube, YouTube Studio. Let's select content and choose ads. Let's go YouTube Studio. Boom, I'm finally in the studio. We're learning this as we go. Summary, watch time, hours. Don't care about that. Channel analytics, okay. People watch my videos. Creator content. Recent subscriber. Shout out to Dan O'Donnell. I got a new subscriber named Dan O'Donnell. I got Zachary Bell in here. What up, Zach? And Ty Owens. I know these guys. These guys follow me on TikTok. Shout out to you guys. Let me go to earn. Become a partner. Join. Reach requirement. How do I join? Reach requirements to apply. One of the following. Public watch hours in the last 365 days. 0 public short views. I need 10 million. I've done that. Okay, so I just need 1,000 subscribers. And 4,000 watch hours in the last year. How many hours is that, guys? I just need people to watch me. Okay, do you need to watch my lives or my videos? All right. Well, we're doing that. Watch page ads, short feed, ways to earn. Comments, analytics, content. Click on content. They said click on content. My lives. I'm on live right now. Ricoknows, this other live replay. Let's delete that. Edit, delete. How do I delete forever? That works. Delete forever on that one. We're currently live. We don't want analytics. They said customization. No. Add featured video for returning subscribers. Add trailer. Customize your channel with 7 videos. You need this shirt? Yeah, I had one of my followers actually send it to me today. I got it in the mail. I didn't even know it's a decent shirt to wear out in public. I had no idea, you know. She said, "I'm gonna send you a shirt," and I was like, "All right, we'll send it." Do you, boo? Do you, boo boo? The YouTube algorithm sucks compared to TikTok. Yeah, it's gonna take some time. You know, we're gonna have to find people who understand us and what we're doing. It's just a part of the job, you know. I'll make a schedule where I come on every night at a specific time, and I'll talk sports, and I'll talk to you guys about the transfer portal. That way people will have a reason to watch my live streams, right? So I might break it down by conference every day and just talk about certain teams and players. Like today, I was looking at Syracuse, and I can go in depth about Syracuse, but what I want to be able to do is show you guys the screen, and I can't project that screen right now because I don't know how to do it. I would need another cam, or I just need to learn. And I think I'll have to ask my brother. He's a streamer. I'll have to ask him, how do I project my screen onto the screen? Because that would be kind of cool to show you guys what I'm looking at. Because what I'm looking at right now is depth charts and players. There's a guy named Jaden Bellamy. He's leaving Notre Dame, going to Syracuse. It's really awesome because he and his teammate are leaving together. Him and Jaden Gold. They were high school teammates at Bergen Catholic. They're really good. They leave high school. Boom. One goes to Nebraska. One goes to Notre Dame. And this last year, they were both on the bench at Nebraska and Notre Dame. They didn't play much. And they're calling each other every day like, "Hey, man, we need to get the hell out of here. We need to get back to playing together." And Dino Babers, the head coach at Syracuse, he's been recruiting both these kids from high school. Tried to get them, but neither kid wanted to go to Syracuse. Now they go, "Hey, we're a package deal. Can we get to Syracuse?" And Dino picks them both up. So now they're both going back. This is a corner and a safety. And Syracuse just lost a corner and a safety, right? They just lost them to the transfer portal. So when you go and lose two of your best DBs to the transfer portal and then one leaves to the draft, and Garrett Wilson, it's like, oh man, we need help. We need defensive backs. They went and got those two young studs who were just in high school last year. So I think it's pretty incredible that Syracuse is able to fill a void with the transfer portal. Two young kids, but they probably aren't ready to start until like another year or two. Or they might start because the cupboard's bare and everybody left. You never know, but it's pretty cool to see two young kids come back together, teammates from high school, and go and be somebody great. So I'm excited about that. So I did a lot of research on that kind of stuff. You know, I don't necessarily know how we're gonna grow this on YouTube. I don't. Haven't even thought of a strategy. I think I'm just gonna come in here and talk. I gotta do an absorbent number of hours and be viewed an insane amount of hours. So the only way to do that is to put in time and just be on live every day, which is what you're looking at now. I don't know why my camera keeps shaking. I'm not touching the desk in any way, but apparently it just keeps rocking the camera. I gotta figure that out as well. Question, do you guys have any questions about college football or basketball? I'm here ready to answer. Right now I'm watching Fairleigh Dickinson and Purdue, and if you don't know, Fairleigh Dickinson, FDU, they don't even belong in March Madness. They're gonna get blown out. They didn't win their conference tournament to get to the game. Do you think Geno Smith is elite? No, I think Geno Smith is a product of a really good system in Seattle. I'll get to you. What up, Steve? Good to see you, brother. Here's the thing. Geno Smith has been in the NFL for 10 years. If he was elite, it would have shown way before this year. So he's not elite, but he did really well in Seattle because they have a great system. If you need to know, Russell Wilson did so great in Seattle because they have a great system, right? So Russell Wilson's in a really good system and he's performing great, leaves that system and doesn't quite shine the way he used to. And that's because Pete Carroll and what they're doing in Seattle is real, okay? So then you have Russell Wilson leave. Whoever plays in Seattle is going to be great. And now Geno plays, and he plays great. So I think Geno's just in a really good circumstance. I think he's got great coaching and a great opportunity, and he played out of his mind. But he's not, quote-unquote, elite like you would think. That's not what I would say Geno Smith is. I think he's definitely above average. I think he finally got his payday. But no elite, as you said, elite quarterback would be 10 years in and had only been paid $17 million. He'd only made $17 million in his career to this point. And then he got the big payday. But if you're elite, we see it a lot sooner than 10 years in the league. So no, not elite, just in a really good situation, playing out of his mind, and I'm impressed. So I'm cool with it. Yeah, 30 touchdowns. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with what he did. He played great. Yeah, 30 touchdowns. You guys got to know, stats are going to look a little inflated. It's 17 games now. It's not 16. It's one extra game. So those 30 touchdowns would have been 27 in another season, right? And that's not a lot of touchdowns for a quarterback. It's a lot for Geno Smith. It's a lot for a comeback player of the year, but it's not necessarily the most you've ever seen. If I go in there and I do a search for NFL passing leaders 2022, and I pull up the whole stat and I sort it by touchdowns, 30 gets you fourth place, right? 30 gets you fourth place. But if you go back, I don't know, the previous year, 30 is not in the top 10. 30 is not in the top 10. So, no. Geno's a top 5 quarterback. Lane, I don't know where you're coming up with these stats, man. Top 5 quarterback? No, he had a good year, but it's not a great year. You got to understand, 30 touchdowns. Everybody had 30 touchdowns a year ago. Not last year, but the year before. And that's my point, is a 30 touchdown year is just not even top 10 usually. Just last year, touchdowns were down. Okay? He's not elite in that regard. I've looked at everything. I already told you guys. Completion percentage. Look at Russell Wilson's completion percentage in that same offensive scheme. Russell Wilson was completing 68% passes in that same offensive scheme. And then you get to Geno Smith, he's at 69. It's just comparable. It's the system and the offense they run in Seattle. That's what made it look so great. Okay? Don't confuse Geno Smith as this elite quarterback. He would have been elite for many, many years. It would have shown. It's just the guy who got to start in a really good system. He's in Seattle. Seattle does well with quarterbacks. It's why Russell Wilson looks like he struggled so much. Upsets going tonight. Yeah, Steve, FDU's not winning that game, bro. So I don't know what other upsets you're talking about. UConn won. Are you feeling like Drake's going to win? I think Drake's beating Miami. That's where I'm at on the upsets tonight. What about Goff? Is he elite? I think you guys are throwing around the word elite way too much. I only think there's 2 or 3 elite quarterbacks at any given time in the world. Understand, I will not call other quarterbacks elite. Elite means you're better than everybody else. Jared Goff is a good quarterback. He's doing well in that environment. But there's a reason he didn't work out in LA. They still haven't won anything in, Detroit. So I have a hard time throwing that word around elite. I thought he did well this year. I thought he did good. I like Providence. Okay. Providence is where it's at. I like Providence too. They have really good guards. Josh Allen, best in the league. Jacob Barton, Josh Allen's the best in the league at what? What is he the best in the league at? Because I'm not sure what you're making reference to. Josh Allen is not the best in the league at his position. Is he a food eater in the offseason? Does he have other hobbies we don't know about that he's the best in the league at? Because if it's his job, that's just not true. So is he a juggler that we don't know about? Is he a lumberjack? What does Josh Allen do that he is the best in the league at? Is he a hell of a chess player? Is it something outside of football? I'm just curious. Let me know in the chat. Montana State is going to upset. You know, Montana State, they won their conference. They beat a no-name team in the final, which is great. I don't know if they're going to win that bracket. I don't know if they're winning tonight. Let me double check if I even... Beating K-State. You know, K-State has a real sexual assaulter who just transferred in, right? K-State's best player is a sexual assaulter from Florida. Am I making that right? Am I saying that right? What's his face again? Deontay? What's his name? The kid who transferred in from Florida. You guys know who I'm talking about. And if K-State's so great, why'd they lose to TCU so bad? That's what you got to... Yeah, Keontae Johnson, man. Keontae Johnson, this huge, just terrible person. Yeah, man. Go read those allegations. So I don't know about that. But I'm feeling Montana State. I just don't know if they're beating that brute of a man. Stetson Bennett is the best quarterback in the draft. Lane Droz, your sports takes are outrageous. Lane Droz, it's like you've only been watching sports this year. You have Geno Smith as goated. Geno Smith, you said goated and elite. And now you've said Stetson Bennett is the best quarterback in the draft. I need to understand, is he in a different draft? Like, what's going on, brother? He's the best quarterback in the draft. I can name a dozen quarterbacks better than him. A dozen. I know a dozen that will be drafted before him. That's the reality of the situation. I want to make that very clear. What's this next thing? He said, what receivers would you think about taking in the late rounds? Christian Smith. Let's go through them. Give me a second here. So I don't even know who's going to be available in the late rounds, but I can start going through a list of names. I wish I could show you guys my screen. I don't know how to quite do that yet. But when I learn, I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at. Okay? Remember, I'm always going to be behind in the chat because I'm going to take my time and answer every question. If you write a question, I will get to it. Please don't spam don't spam the same question more than once, okay? I will get to your question. But nonetheless, rankings 2023. Let's go. Let me go to position. Wide receivers. All right. So, late round wide receivers that I would be interested in. I don't know where Charlie Jones is going, but I'm interested in Charlie Jones out of Purdue. He ran a 4.40. Great return skills, and he had over 100 receptions this year. You know, second in the nation in receiving. So I really like Charlie Jones. Wonder where he's going to go. Is A.T. Perry going to fall? He's 6'5", ran a 4.40 as well. He's slow in the first 10 yards. Doesn't get off the jam really well, but he was a star at Wake Forest. So I'm cool with him. Xavier Hutchinson didn't test well out of Iowa State. They didn't win a lot of games, but I like him. We'll see if he's late. I think Bucci's going to be late LSU just because he's so slow. So that's a late guy that's slow. Puka out of BYU. I love the kid. I'm going to make a video on him later. Jonathan Mingo, wide receiver out of Ole Miss. I think he can play ball. So we'll see where he goes. He's just, he's huge. 6'2", 220. He's my guy. I love Trey Palmer. I love Nate Tank Dell. Tank Dell's my number one receiver. Trey Palmer's somewhere around the 7-8 range. I actually have Trey Palmer ahead of JSN. I love Trey Palmer. Let me look for some other guys here. Later, dudes. Dontavian Wicks out of Virginia. I'm a big fan. I'm trying to think. I have another guy, the small guy. I made a video on him. Robert Farrell out of Washington State. Robert Farrell out of Washington State. He was a transfer from Incarnate Word, moved up to Washington State, didn't play too much. He broke his foot at the beginning of the year, but if you go find his tape, I have a hidden gem film on him. He's great, okay? Robert Farrell's great. Let's see where else we're at here. Catching up to you guys. Allen is the best at turning the ball over. Whew, maybe. Nah, KSU got him. Yep, you think Keontae and KSU are going to do it? Josh Allen had the worst situation out of any top quarterback. Easy. What do you mean worst situation, Jacob? Break it down. What do you mean by worst situation? He had Ken Dorsey as a quarterback's coach, turned offensive coordinator. He lost Dable. But I don't know what you mean by worst situation. He's got an all-pro wide receiver. Who are you comparing his situation to? Because there's a ton of other players with bad situations. Can Juwan Taylor be a good left tackle? Is he worth $20 million a year? Yeah. How much are linemen worth? Linemen are so expensive. And Juwan is actually spelled with 2 A's, Juwan Taylor. I want to double check something. I think he's going to change positions. He's going to the Chiefs, man. I mean, it's a good situation to be in. They lost both their tackles, so he's going to fill that void a lot. Did Kiala make it out of West Texas? I don't know. I didn't talk to her much. Droz, your 3 quarterbacks are Stetson Bennett, Malik Cunningham, and Tanner McKee. So Tanner McKee, I like him, but his film is so terrible, I can't even make a highlight video of him. I can't make a highlight video of him. It's so boring. I like Tanner McKee. His video's boring. He does nothing exceptional. Malik Cunningham, exciting player, but apparently pro scouts don't like him. So what do you want me to do? I can't get down with it. And putting Stetson Bennett number 1 is criminal. Almost as bad as his arrest. Is Max Duggan going to be working at McDonald's? Not unless they're hiring NFL quarterbacks. I think Max Duggan's pretty damn athletic, man. Go watch his film. That dude can run the rock. He's good to come in when the offensive line's terrible. Sorry for the camera rocking so much, guys. I got my desk. It's not very sturdy. Look at that. That's crazy. It magnifies all my movements. I'm so sorry. I like Max Duggan, guys, especially on tape. Mahomes and Burrow both have better weapons and play calling than Josh Allen. Okay, yeah, that's true, but that doesn't mean you're in the worst situation. That just means they're in the best situation. Josh Allen's not in the worst situation. You want to compare that to, I don't know, the Ravens? You want to compare that to the Chargers? Compare that to the Raiders? Like, he's not in the worst situation, okay? Not at all. That's just not happening. Dorsey might be a good quarterback coach, but he's a terrible coordinator. Yeah, first year coordinating. Coordinating takes some skill. It takes a feel for calling plays. He's actually not terrible. If you ask me, he's just not nearly as good as Daboll. So when you have Daboll as one of the greatest offensive coordinators and you go to Dorsey, it's going to make him look terrible, but I think he's still better than some others. He's just such a far contrast and a drop from Daboll. That's all it is. Don't get it twisted, right? You ever had a girlfriend? You ever had a fine-ass girlfriend? You had a beautiful woman you're with? And then your next girlfriend's not quite as pretty as that one? Everybody's like, oh, she's ugly. She's terrible. No, she's not terrible. Terrible would be the ones I don't even want. Terrible would be the ones that could never have me, right? So if you look at it from that perspective, there's some offense coordinators out there nobody wants. Ken Dorsey's not one of those guys. Ken Dorsey's not terrible, right? He's not the girl you don't ever want to touch. He ain't walking around smelling like some tuna. He's all right. He's just not as great as that fine-ass girl you used to have. Keep that in perspective, okay? That's just the way I view things. Someone's a Bills fan. Dorsey might not be. Yep. What's your problem with Stetson Bennett? I don't necessarily have a problem with Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett is just, he's an overachiever. He's what he is, right? He's a 2-star, former walk-on, went JUCO, then came back, walked on, didn't earn the starting job. JT Daniels beat him out, sitting on the bench, and then he does some things. And I want you guys to understand that if you're surrounded by 5 stars and you're winning, you're not NFL material. Remember that. NFL material, like I've seen Ken Dorsey do this before. I saw Matt Leinart do this before. I saw average quarterbacks win national championships. Chris Winkie. And when they get to the league, they fall apart. And it's ugly. It's terrible. Don't forget that at all. It is absolutely terrible. And I think Stetson Bennett's got that portion, right? It's not there. You're NFL material. Shout out to you, NFL material. I didn't know your name was there. Purdue looking non-athletic and shaky. Oh, let me go. Now, I'm on YouTube. I'm not allowed to show you guys the game. So I'm going to watch it. Purdue is looking stiff. They're down 12-9 over here. Astute Mo, good to see you, brother. What up, Caleb? Yeah, man, we're just going to get out of that TikTok world. I'm tired of constantly being reported for things that aren't true. I'm tired of the nonsense of TikTok. So here we are on YouTube. We're going to do it right. We're going to talk sports every night. We're going to live stream it, and people can do what they do. I'm way behind. It's intentional. I can hit the live button. There we go. It's 17-11. I'm not way behind anymore. 17-13. If I miss a part of the game, I hit pause and go back to it. I'm sorry. I had it on pause. It's what I was doing. But yeah, I'm moving to YouTube from now on, and I will post my live streams, and people can watch them whenever they want. If you guys are ever late to the live stream and you want to know what I've been talking about, go back to the start of the live stream and watch it at 1.25 speed until you catch up. That's what I recommend. And you'll hear me answering all the questions. I would draft Jalen Carter, number 1. Lane Droz, you are a Georgia fan, and you are a Geno Smith fan. Lane Droz, you have the worst sports takes, east of the Mississippi. You really do. I'm pretty sure you live east of the Mississippi. Lane Droz, you would draft Jalen Carter, number 1. I have a huge issue employing anyone with an integrity issue. Right? If you were hiring somebody to work for you, I don't care what line of work it is, what job it is. If they have an integrity issue, you can't be with them. You can't be in bed with them. You can't be committed to them. Let me make that very clear. They do have a stories type feature, Steve. I can do stories. I can do short stories. I'll post videos. No, you don't care. He's a beast. Lane Droz, you are attracted to a pretty girl who lies to you. I want you to think about that, Lane Droz. I don't know how old you are. You come across as about 12 years old. But if you're attracted to a fine girl, but she has no integrity, you can't marry her. There's no trust there. There's no commitment there. She's a known liar. Those are red flags. You can't be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't tell the truth. You can't. I don't care how good she looks. I don't care what she does in the bedroom. I don't care how amazing she is when the lights are off or on. We're not doing it. I'm letting you know now. You're all in on him. You're all alone on that. Somebody's got to marry that girl. Don't be the one. Somebody's got to marry that girl. Don't be the one. Nolan Smith is overrated, IMO. He's very small. How small is Nolan Smith? I thought his measurements came in okay. How small is Nolan Smith? Hey, he's 6'3". He's 6'3". How much does he weigh? 235 pounds. Did you know that all edge rushers are shrinking down in size? They're no longer going to be 280, 290. Defensive linemen want to be smaller, faster, and it's evolving the game. So him being an edge rusher, an outside linebacker, guess who's going to draft him? I think the Falcons are going to draft Nolan Smith and keep him home. How you like them apples? I'm not one to guess, but I'm pretty sure the Falcons are drafting Nolan Smith, keep him home. I would take Nolan Smith before I take Jalen Carter. Nolan Smith showed up to Pro Day looking like a professional. He was in shape, tip-top shape, didn't get tired during the drills, did everything he needed to do. He's already run a 40. I like a lot of things about Nolan Smith. I'll take him over Jalen Carter. Now, neither one of them to me are all pros. Neither one of them are Micah Parsons. I'm taking Tyree Wilson over both of them. Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech is the truth. Lane Droz, how did I know you would like Anthony Richardson? How did I know you would like Anthony Richardson? This is sensational. Anthony Richardson, my thoughts on Anthony Richardson. None. Those are my thoughts on Anthony Richardson. None. I'm telling you right now, Anthony Richardson has a real hard time playing the game of football. That's all you have to do in this world is play football if you're a football player. And he's not it. He's just not it. All right? Just remember that. He's not a football player. He's an athletic freak who they found on a football field. They keep putting him on the field, but he doesn't play well. Doesn't play well. He's a tight end. No, I'm not going to say he's a tight end, Lane. He's just not a good quarterback. I can't even say he's a tight end. That's disrespectful to all the tight ends. There's a bunch of dudes out there that have been playing tight end their whole life, and they're really good at it. And you got a guy who's never played tight end, and you're saying he's a tight end. How can you say that he's never played tight end? I can tell you what he's not. He's not a good quarterback. I can't go around vouching for what he is. He's an athlete. There's athletic dudes not in the NFL all over the place. There's 7-footers at home right now that can't play basketball. Just because you're 7 feet don't make you a center. It just makes you 7 feet, right? There's dudes out there running 4.4s all day. They're called track athletes. There's dudes in track right now can't catch a football. I don't know that Anthony Richardson can catch a pass. I don't know that he can run block. I can't call him a tight end. No, that's disrespectful to tight ends. Oh my goodness. If you watched Richardson versus Florida State, that second half, at some point, he has 11 incompletions in a row. Now, 2 of them were drop passes, but 11 incompletions in a row. And with the game on the line, he throws one clear into the stands. Clear into the stands. I promise you. It's insane how far he throws this pass. And more importantly, he finishes the game 9 for 27. It's not a good look at all. So, yeah, Anthony Richardson is not the guy. You know, I did an interview on a TV show called what was it called? I'm sorry, I dropped my pen. I was on a podcast. No, I was on an interview. The People's interview on TikTok. And this guy said, if you had a message for the world, what would it be? And this was a couple weeks ago. And I said, if I could tell the world anything, it would be, don't draft Anthony Richardson. That's what I told the world. Don't draft Anthony Richardson. And I stand by that till this day. Ricoknows stay hot. Yeah, I don't even know who they are. I understand that they're a podcast and there's 3 guys in it. I don't know who they are. It's not even an issue to me. I don't care. I feel like they're just probably 3 kids trying to start off talking about sports. I know they wear earrings. I saw a picture of one of the kids wearing 2 earrings. I'm gonna stay away from all that, man. I don't know kids like that. I think they're the type of dudes, you know, they put mustard on hot dogs and nothing else. They eat mustard only hot dogs. Like those are kids. Adults out here, we're doing other things, brother. So I'm not too concerned with that, to be honest, if I'm keeping it real. But yeah, I will be posting shorts. I will be posting, I'll still use TikTok, post my clips, and then I'll cross-post them to YouTube. The annoying and the other guys are cool. Oh, well, I couldn't tell you who the other guys are, and that kid couldn't see me anywhere. That's real. I don't know these kids. Are you a Will Levis guy? No, I'm Rico. That's my name, is Rico. I'm not a fan of Will Levis at all. I would take Sean Clifford over Will Levis. That's the guy that beat him out at Penn State. When Will Levis couldn't start at Penn State, it's because Sean Clifford was better than him. And Sean Clifford's in this draft. I'm taking Sean Clifford over Will Levis. Let me tell you something. If Will Levis wasn't a first-round draft pick, he would never play in the NFL. And let me explain what I'm saying. When you're a first-round draft pick, you are given the opportunity to get on the field. No matter what, you are on the field because you're a first-round draft pick. They invested money in you. They invested a pick in you. They make you a first-round draft pick. They put you on the field. You don't even have to earn it. You're on the field. Now, once you're on the field, if you play good, you keep playing. If you play terrible, you're out of here, right? So you don't even have to earn the right to be on the field. You're there because you're a first-round draft pick, okay? If he was a 4th, 5th, 6th-round draft pick. You got to beat somebody out to see the field. You don't get it. You don't get the job. You don't get to be a starter. You don't get on the field because they invested money in you. No, you got to go to practice and actually earn your spot on the team. And you got to beat out a 2nd or 3rd string guy to make that team. And guess what Will Levis has never done? He's never beat anybody out in a quarterback competition. Never, okay? He beat out Bo Allen. He beat out Bo Allen, he went to Tarleton State, and he just transferred to Georgia Southern. But if he was in the NFL, he would have to beat somebody out if he wasn't a 1st-round pick. But he'll be a 1st-round pick, and he won't have to beat anyone out. That's privilege. I don't know what color privilege that is, but that's Josh Rosen privilege. And he's not going to work out. Watch. 5 teams in 7 years. My thoughts on Zach Wilson. Good quarterback. Terrible leader. Substandard leader. Substandard maturity. Should apologize to his teammates when he didn't win that game against the Patriots last year. He needs to mature and learn. He's very young. I don't necessarily know if I'd want him maturing and learning on my team, but I think it's tainted him for a while. And I think there's no coming back from that as of right now. I really don't. But I think he's a good quarterback. He throws the ball well. He really does. You don't throw for 300 yards in a game without throwing well, you know? It's a cash and pride thing with teams for 1st-round dudes. 100%, Steve. I don't know if it's pride, but it's definitely commitment and cash, right? There's no other way around it. That's what they do. If they put money in you, you're there. Will Rogers teach Zach at all? You know, there's a guy named Will Rogers, and he plays at Michigan State or Mississippi State. So when you wrote Will Rogers, I thought you were talking about the quarterback, Will Rogers at Mississippi State. I was getting excited. I was like, oh my God, these guys want to talk college football. But instead, you're talking about Aaron Rodgers teaching Zach at all. What Aaron Rodgers is going to teach Zach is, it's not my job to teach you anything. Aaron Rodgers is not going to teach that young man a single thing. He's going to be focused on his job. And the only thing that, Zach is going to learn from Aaron Rodgers is how to prepare for games, maybe how to avoid the media or how to leave them frustrated. And he's going to have to learn through watching and osmosis, but it ain't going to happen at all. Okay, it's just not going to happen. My IU could loan Zach the Pager. Maybe I could loan Zach the Pager to give him some riz, to give him some maturity, so he's older. Let me put this bro. You guys know it's never far. Can you imagine the YouTube community sees my pager? They're going to lose their mind when they start seeing my pager in the YouTube committee. The community of YouTube is going to be like, who is this guy? Where did this guy come from? I'm going to be like, bro, TikTok. All right. So what's next? What happened to fullbacks? What happened to fullbacks is the same thing that happened to drop back quarterbacks. The game evolved. The game of football has evolved, and fullbacks are too one-dimensional. And what I mean by that is, what does a fullback give you? Like, what advantage does he give you? Do fullbacks really help you when it comes to, like, special teams? Because you got to make a spot for them on the roster. How many fullbacks are you going to sign? They're just beating their own head up. So offenses evolved. They took the fullback off the field. They brought in 2 tight ends, an quote-unquote H-back, right? Or a slot receiver. And it brought more speed on the field. It gave you more options. Bubble screens became a thing. Remember when bubble screens weren't anything and now they're everything? It was the greatest show on turf is what started all this. The Rams. They slowly but surely started putting out 3 receiver sets with no fullback. Marshall Faulk's back there, and you got Oz Hakeem in the slot. And that's what happened to fullbacks. They just got kind of evolved out of the game. And drop back quarterbacks are the same way. They're going away, right? Strong safety evolved out of the game. People are getting rid of this strong safety. This term, edge, just showed up out of nowhere. It's the evolution of the game. It's nothing personal, but you need to find guys who can play multiple positions for that one position. Well, I'll tell you where this matters, though, is they're still fullbacks. They're still kids growing up, and they're still the same size and dimensions as a fullback. They're just playing a different position. And where this manifests itself, or where it's so fascinating, is a position is when you have somebody franchise. If you franchise a player, they get paid at their position. So now we have a bunch of tight ends, bunch of athletic kids playing tight end that probably were fullbacks growing up. And they're making a lot more money being tight ends. Just like defensive ends are making a lot more money than being linebackers. So now you got these fast defensive ends who used to be outside linebackers, but they want to play defensive end because when they get franchise tagged, they want to be a defensive end. That'll get you real money. I feel like Zach's demo would know how to use a pager. Zach's demographic? Hilarious. What's his demo? What's his demographic? Ain't he a Mormon? Ain't he a Mormon? But nonetheless, I guess I got to post these online and people got to watch them. So what would I title this? Is this just sports questions? Rico answering sports questions? We're going to call this, because I didn't have a specific topic I was talking about, we're probably going to call this, oh, you mean the older crowd? We're probably going to call this video, what if we call it salad? What if we call it salad bar? Sports salad bar. Just a mixture of everything. We need to bring back the wing back. Where do you rank DK Metcalf? Definitely the best receiver in Seattle. I don't necessarily know if I rank him any higher, nationally, like across the whole league. Give me a second. Let me do some research real quick. How did he do, stats-wise? Well, I think he's behind A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson. He's probably top 10. He's probably top 10 at wide receiver. He's probably top 10. I got him 8th. I'd say Garrett Wilson has a lot more upside. But he's Mike Evans. He's Mike Evans. He's better than Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah, he's about 8 or 9. 8, 9, 10. Let me guess. You got him in the top 2, 3. Lane Droz. What's your name on TikTok, bro? Because you say a lot of off-the-wall things. Better than Christian Watson. Yes, better than Christian Watson. Christian Watson had a good year, but he's not up there, man. Christian Watson's not up there. He's a good player. He's a really good success story. But I like Paris Campbell more than Christian Watson. Where's Christian Watson at on the leaderboard? And I don't even see Christian Watson on the leaderboard. Was he injured? There he is. Oh, no. Christian Watson ain't it, bro. Is Jamal Williams good or a touchdown merchant? Why are we labeling things touchdown merchant? What does that mean? What do you mean by touchdown merchant? You don't believe in his ability to score touchdowns? You think he's just getting touchdowns? We used to give people credit for getting touchdowns at the goal line. Having 1,000 yards rushing and 17 touchdowns is the real deal. From where I come from, I believe in Jamal Williams. I got no beef with him. I was looking at fumbles, rushing fumbles. He's way down there. What do you have, 3? Yeah, 3. He's great. He's great. Do you believe in his development? Greenway. Yeah. Yeah. From a fantasy perspective, he cultured a lot of touchdowns. Vultured. Okay. Why didn't he get paid good then? You think you like TikTok better? Yeah, Alicia, I'm not worried about what you like better. We're going to be here. That's just the way it is. This one's a lot more lucrative, a lot more ideal. This is where we're going to be. From now on, I'm going to be on YouTube. You can go back to TikTok, find somebody else to watch. I don't care personally. We're going to rock it over here and we'll grow. It's not going to be hard. I'm trying to check Jamal Williams' paycheck. You guys are saying Jamal Williams didn't get paid on his contract? His contract offer was disrespectful, is what he said. Approach 23, no one's surprised. They've been done with me, I could tell. The offer they gave me, I feel like, was very just disrespectful. They showing that they, really didn't want me there. Yeah, DeAndre Swift is nice, bro. It is what it is. So what did he get from the, let me stop asking. Let me just go straight to Spot Track. Straight to Spot Track. NFL. Sorry guys, 1 second. Ooh! River Craycraft got an offer. What's up now? River Craycraft got an offer. NFL transactions, free agent signings. There we go. Free agent signings. Where is our boy? We say he's a running back for the Saints. Jamal Williams, 3 years, $12 million. Hey, when it comes to running backs, 3 years, $12 million is, that's the rate of a running back. You're going to have a hard time seeing a second contract more than that. And this is Williams' career earnings. Yeah, this is his third contract. So there's just no way around it. They probably didn't offer him much. Are you trying to compare him to CMC? Is that what you're trying to do? When you look at market value, 2 years, the average salary is $4.1 million. So for him, and they have market value, he's comparable to guys like Age When Signed, Kenyon Drake, James Conner, Jeff Wilson, Boston Scott. That's it. I mean, you're talking about a running back that's 27, almost, he's literally, his birthday's in 10 days. So he's almost 28 years old. Running backs don't play beyond 30. So getting any deal over 30 is pretty amazing. The fact that he's getting $3.9 million on a signing bonus, that's more than he's made in any year in the league. He wants that signing bonus more than anything. That $3 million is everything to him. He's only made $22 million in his whole career. He's been in 6 years. He averages $3 million. So, thoughts on Aaron Jones? He's a good running back, good player. Good player. I don't know what else to say. He's very dependable. I wonder what he's going to do without Aaron Rodgers. I wonder if he's still that guy. You guys tell me if he's any good. Waddle, Hopkins, St. Brown, all in the DK territory as well. Huh. Hopkins. Yeah. Waddle's young. I like Waddle. Yeah, in comparison, when you look at base salaries, Aaron Jones will not be on. He will not be on Green Bay in 2 years. I don't think so. Oh, his cap hit's huge. He's going to get $11 million in 2024. He's going to get $11 million. So that's pretty ridiculous. Aaron Jones is about to get paid for real. Um, 1 second. We might just do something else here. There we go. That probably works. I think Williams signing says more about issues with Kamara. Oh, well, yeah. Kamara, I mean, it's time for Kamara to go. Probably. You know, it's been a couple years. You got to find some replacement. You got to find younger speed. CMC gets 16. He's pretty solid with less miles than most for his age. Fair enough. The TikTok haters, Mad Ash, you left. Anything to do besides look for a job? Yeah, I don't know, Jackson. Those guys, they're all children. It's spring break. They're going crazy. They're all home right now. Ain't got nothing to do with me. He ain't worth that much. No, he's not worth that much. 11 million? He's coming up. He's gonna get 12 million. And his cap hit is 17 million. Aaron Jones about to be paid out of his mind, bruh. Out of his mind. Positional spending. Can I see just running backs? Top salaries. There we go. Let me go to top salaries. Leaderboard. Finally a legit place. Thank you, Zach. I've been chilling, man. We're going to look at only running backs. Let's go. Cap hit. Oh, my goodness. Ugh, some of these people got the worst. The worst cap hits, money-wise. Oh, I want to see 2024, though. Oh, does Alvin have legal issues? I didn't even know he had legal issues. That's pretty nuts. Let me see here. Oh, my goodness. Aaron Jones, 2024, Aaron Jones, 17.7 million on the cap hit. Alvin Kamara is the highest one, 18.8 million. Alvin Kamara will not be on the Saints in 2024. That's why you go and sign Jamal. Because Alvin Kamara will not be there. At 18 million, he's got to go. That's insane. Nick Chubb, 16.2 million. Dalvin Cook. Then Joe Mixon at 13. Yeah, you can't be paying running backs like this, guys. You just can't. Yeah, that's more than Nick Chubb, and no way. Whew. Kamara and Aaron Jones got to go. That's an insane amount of money, y'all. Whoo-wee. Don't mess with no Zeke Elliott. Let's see here. Kamara's a thug. Whoa, I don't know about anything like that. Thoughts on number 1 overall pick, Jake Haener? So I don't want Jake Haener to be number 1. I want Jake Haener to go to a really good team, one that can help nourish him and help him, become a great pro. I don't want him going to Carolina. I don't want him going number 1. I think number 1 should be the best player in the draft. It should probably be Tyree Wilson. It should probably be some other position, some other great player out there. I have a lot of favorite players I like. That doesn't mean I want them to go number 1 in the draft. So please don't misunderstand. When I say Jake Haener is my number 1 quarterback, that does not mean I think he should be the first player taken in the draft. I've never once said that. I never will say that. And that's how that goes. I'm finally at a legit place. Shout out to you, Zachary Bell. Zach, I know who you are, man. You're Texas State alum. We're good people here. Camaro should be going to jail soon. The Saints need someone to take his place. What up, Kim Jones? Hey, yo, Kimmy Kim. Beautiful woman. Thank you for being here. Yeah, there's a vid of him beating a guy up, basically helping jump him. Oh, wow. I would be working out. What was Zeke's hit? So Zeke's cap hit, and I'm talking about 2023. Are you talking about because he got released by the Cowboys? Zeke's cap hit 16.7 million. Now, him being a June 1 release, it's different. I got to double check that. No, it's 16.7 million. Potential out 2023, 4 years. Oh, that's why they're moving. It's an 11.8 million hit. If they push it over past dead cap hit. Okay. Dead cap 11.8 million for Zeke. Whew. I want no part of that, dude. But it was time to jump ship on him. He had 3 more years left on his contract. That guy won't walk in the next 3 years. I don't even understand that. I don't want Kamara on my team anymore. Kamara would get restructured if he did end up staying, though. Well, you got to be restructured at that. But you know what? I'm refusing to restructure. We're definitely trading Aaron Jones by next season. Alvin Kamara takes up a lot of the load. That's why he's paid. You can't pay a running back that much. They just put in more money into Jamal Williams, right? You guys gotta understand, it's not about that. They just overpaid him. It's bad administration. What do I think of Kancey? Kancey's a good player. You guys, I've been high on most. Let me double check that. I've been high on most Pitt players. I believe in Pitt, right? So I watch him. Kancey, being from Miami, being a Florida kid, the problem I have with Kancey is he's short. He's only 6 feet tall. In the NFL, when you're short as a defensive lineman, you usually have short arms because your wingspan, right? So you're 6 feet tall. You try to get into that offensive tackle. He's just got arms longer than yours. He can just hold you out. That guard, that center, they can just keep you at bay. I don't like guys with short arms in the NFL. But he's a good player. High motor, very good guy. Always been great. I like him. When you're a back-to-back state champ in high school in Florida, and you're the reason for it, I really like the kid. I don't know how he got up to Pitt, but got to Pitt and balled out. So, unanimous All-American. I'm a big fan. So, that's how that goes. I'm trying to catch back up in the chat. FDU got Purdue on upset alert. Oh my God, they didn't belong in the tournament. Is it halftime right now? They're winning at half right now. Bro, they didn't win their conference tournament. Merrimack did. FDU's in the game. Purdue, man. That's why you should recruit players who've been playing basketball. 32-31. That's incredible. Look at Edie just looking defeated. Edie just looking defeated, bro. Get that guy off my TV. You don't even play basketball. Thoughts on Michael Mayer? Michael Mayer is a consensus stud tight end out of Notre Dame. I like the kid. I like a lot of tight ends. Tucker Kraft's my number 1 tight end. Mayer's number 2. I like Mayer. Good player out there. He's that Kittle type of tight end, right? He's the guy you want. The Schultz. Cowboys got Schultz. Dallas Goedert type. Yeah, all those guys. Yeah, he's cut from that cloth. Peter Skoronski has the short arm trait as well. That's why Peter can't play tackle in the NFL. He needs to go to guard. That dude's out here T-Rexing, bro. He's like this. He's T-Rexing. He can't do nothing. I watch him on tape. He struggles sometimes. He's floundering around. He's got it out like this, and he ain't hitting nobody. It's hilarious. And it's going to get worse in the NFL. You match up nightmare. You just find somebody 6'7" and set them that way. You just start sending all your freaks of nature. Dudes, you send all your knuckle draggers to that side, right? Some dude just walking up. It's like, hey, I know you walked here. How do you know I walked? Look, your knuckles are bleeding, right? Just like that. Just a bunch of dudes knuckle dragging. they'll just handle that, dude. So I'm just saying. Um, Off the beaten path. Purdue been overrated all year. Yeah, definitely. And they've been. Remember when they lose to Rutgers earlier this year? They lost to Rutgers at home early in the season. I remember I made a video about it. I was like, man, Rutgers was balling. Purdue starters looked like they got on the team through public tryouts. Hey, shout out to my sister. That is Off the Beaten Path, our Filipino adventures. That is my sister. That is my younger sister. She's a year younger than me. Retired military. And I think she's going to go live in the Philippines. She did over 20 years in the Army. Shout out to you, sis. Mad love. And I just moved over to YouTube. I've been on TikTok for a while now. And I'm just starting over here from scratch. So we got 559 subscribers. We're going to do our thing. We're going to make videos talking sports. And I'll work on YouTube content from now on and see how to upload it and do all the good stuff. And we'll get people to believe in us. But yeah, shout out to you, sis. I hope you're safe in all your travels. I don't know where you're at in the world right now, but that's pretty cool. We're over here watching March Madness. Are you watching March Madness? Do you have the madness going? We got a dozen people on YouTube. You know, I remember when my brother was on YouTube, it took him a while to get going, and he would have anywhere from like 12 to 20 people for like a whole year. He didn't have much more than 12 or 20 people. Now he has 100 people every day. So it'll take us some time. No, you're cooking. What you cooking, man? The only problem is when they replay these, they don't have, you won't be able to read the live chat. You won't be able to read the live chat. That's the only thing that's throwing us off. But I've been at this for about an hour. Yeah, Steve's one of my supporters from TikTok. Steve Talbot, cool people. I was calling him Scott for a while. Growth is slow but fun. Yep, we'll take our time. You guys will be the OGs, the day ones. I don't even know what that is. Albondigas? I don't know what that is. I'm about to eat leftover spaghetti. I think I have leftover spaghetti. I might not have leftover spaghetti. Don't quote me. I probably do. But I've been waiting a little bit. But anyways, guys, hey, it was nice seeing everybody. I'm going to jump off live. I'm going to post this on YouTube so people can rewatch it in case they missed us, and then they can catch us the next time. But I think I'm just going to go live every night for about an hour or two, starting around 7 p.m., if that sounds realistic. Did Chicago do good in free agency? I haven't looked at their free agency. Let me go look at it real quick. Yeah, Steve, I'm sorry we had to switch gears here, brother. Let's see. Gonna eat some mac and cheese. Oh no. 2. You said Chicago? Is this alphabetical? This is not alphabetical. Chicago, they got Tremaine Edmonds. I think they overpaid Edmonds a ton. Nate Davis, $30 million. Okay, DeMarcus Walker. TJ Edwards, linebacker from Philly. Man, they paid a ton to these linebackers. Philip Walker. They got PJ Walker? Chicago went and got PJ Walker to be the backup to Fields? Man, they're really ready. They're really ready to move on from Fields with that move. Travis Homer. He's a really slow running back coming from Seattle to Chicago. Deontay Foreman. Very good. I'd rather take Foreman. I like that. Andrew Billings, defensive tackle. And just some depth. And Robert Tonyan. Robert Tonyan. I don't even know Robert Tonyan. It is what it is. It is what it is. Chicago did okay. I'm more intrigued with what Carolina's doing, but I hear you. Carolina just signed Andy Dalton, y'all. Edmonds is the overpay of the offseason. He's NFL material. Yeah, that moves Edmonds way up in the pay scale here. And I don't know if it's justified. when you look at his career earnings, Buffalo was paying him $12 million this year and did not. They gave him that fifth-year option, $12 million, and they said, we're good. And Chicago went ahead and said, oh, we'll do that. We'll keep that going. We're going to throw you $20 million. They had money to waste. No one has money to waste. It'll come back and bite you. It'll come back to bite you. Treat every dollar like it matters. Like in real life, man. I got a lot of money in the bank. I don't just go blow it. I don't donate money to the homeless. I don't give money to people begging me for anything. I don't go, yeah, just throw on them extra fries. I don't do that. Thank you very much, sis. I'm all sports all day. 24/7 sports. That's what I do. So, it's what I know best. I appreciate your support. Hey, I love everybody. Thank you for the support, guys. I'm going to actually sign out now. I remember my desert days. Yeah, I used to be a sports writer at the Desert Sun. That's correct. Hey, remember, Fet's luck. You guys take care. I love seeing everybody. Make sure you guys like the video. Thumb it up. Share it accordingly. All right, peace.